It is by will alone that I set my mind in motion. It is by the juice of Java that thoughts acquire speed, the lips acquire stain, the stains become a warning. It is by will alone I set my mind in motion.
Oh Lord, give me coffee to accept the things I cannot change, the extra espresso shot to change the things I can, and one more cup so I can tell the difference. Grande.
Hail, coffee full of cream, caffeine is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst the beverages, and blessed is the result of thy consumption, wakefulness. Holy coffee, color of mud, be there for us workers, now at the hour of our commute, so must it brew.
Caffeine is my shepherd, I shall not doze. It maketh me to wake in green pastures. It leadeth me beyond the sleeping masses. It restoreth my buzz. It leadeth me into a path of consciousness for its name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of addiction, I fear no equal, for thou art with me. Thy cream and thy sugar, they comfort me. Thou preparest a carafe before me in the presence of Juan Valdez. Thou anointest my day with pep, my mug runneth over. Surely richness and taste shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of Duncan forever.
Good morning, Planet Flipside. How about you this morning? We saved you a seat. May your coffee cup runneth over, and may your day be magical.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Sherry.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Straight up your mouth.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Trying to do a lot this morning.
I'm pixelated.
But here I am. How are you?
I'm kind of awake. I'm wearing my Mashika Creation necklace.
Very nice. Very nice.
Pretty.
It's pretty.
I showed Vixie what Trish sent me for the loot box. And they are beautiful.
And they are beautiful. And most of them I responded with, I'd wear that to death.
Yeah.
And everybody else has just got to wait to see what's in the.
Happy birthday, hubby.
Yes. Happy birthday to you. Ding, ding. Happy birthday to you. Ding, ding. Happy birthday, dear hubby.
Happy birthday, to you.
Good
Vixie,
morning.
you're frozen up.
If anybody wants to join us on the table today, the link is in the coffee house. And
Morning.
so that is open. Am
Morning,
I clear
Jelly
on
Bean.
your side?
Morning,
Because
Muriel.
No, you're frozen and pixelated.
okay. Thank you.
Yes, YouTube, I understand that the coffee house on Planet Flipside is currently live.
Let's see about adding in the
2, 3.
because on my phone I look just fine, but then I looked down in the green room and I look like a blurred out mess. I look like a victim on the FBI files.
So I finally got the safety eyes I was waiting for, and look how cute they are.
Aww.
That's
Why?
the body of the unicorn that I've started for Dane and Jelly Bean's girl.
Good morning.
Mernan.
You.
Hi, Maggie.
Hi, Maggie.
5.
Come on,
Oh, no.
camera work.
Oh, he has bronchitis now? That's just put him on some
Morning,
antibiotics.
Dane.
And give him an inhaler.
Lots of antibiotics.
And some steroids. He'll be just fine.
I love me some steroids when my lungs get bad.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think I'm Superwoman and I can do anything.
And
Yeah.
it's dangerous.
Yeah, it is, because
It really
you
is.
actually end up hurting
I
yourself doing that.
I do, and I do. That's what I had, especially when they give them to me for my rotator cuffs.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't done it in a long time. That and cortisone shots are bad.
Yeah, I used to.
I say no to them because I just hurt myself even more.
Yeah.
Like, it'll make you feel better. And I said, it'll make me feel.
Like I can do anything.
Yeah.
Ooh,
See, I used to.
Look at my new shirt.
I become invincible. Coffee, 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 coffee,
Wait,
coffee.
Yeah.
That is an
They're
awesome shirt.
It's hard to tell, but they're all different color hearts.
Oh,
cool.
oh, I can see it. One of them was yellow and one looked
Yeah.
blue.
Yeah, and there's a pink.
Are they shiny?
Green.
They pumped them
No.
full of antibiotics in the
They're
ER.
not shiny.
Last time I went into the ER for bronchitis, they decided instead of giving me an oral steroid, it was for tonsillitis. They were going to give me a shot of steroids. And
They give me a booster and then oral.
My ex was working at a restaurant at that point, so I went to the restaurant and decided I needed to eat the entirety of the menu.
Yeah. Especially if you're sick and you haven't eaten for like a few days, like you tapped out like broth or something,
Yep.
The minute you get that shot, it's like,
bam, I'm the Hulk.
I need to eat every day.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
Also, I figured out why every time Dakota's in a room with us and his voice starts to get deep, I figured out why I have to tell him to bring it up a notch, by the way. I have 2 teenagers in my house currently, and their voices are dropped. And they sound like Dakota. I'm like, these 16-year-old little punks need to fucking up their voice before I start knocking motherfuckers out. Wait, this is the same shit I say to Dakota. You're hungry.
It's the mom
I was a
voice.
bad kid. We went to the kids' football game last night, and he won. Woo!
Yay.
Woo! Homecoming game. They literally had homecoming at 11 o'clock last night.
That's crazy.
Welcome to small town America. It was only like an hour, not even an hour long dance. But why am I frozen now?
I don't know.
Oh,
We're taking turns.
apparently. But that is such a horrible way for me to look too. Layla has her first 2 volleyball games at home today. Has her games today. Anyway, Dad was home, so we went to the football game. It was a family event. And we had to get the other teenager a COVID test so he could go to the dance because the nephew really likes the school system here and really likes the town. And he keeps trying to get his mom to con her into letting him stay here during the school week and then go home during the weekend. And called his mom last night. I was like, so your kid apparently wants to live at my house during the school year. Does he know the repercussions of that action? And she was like, no, he needs to be here because they don't have wrestling here. They have almost every other sport except for wrestling. I was like, they don't have wrestling here, dude. He's like, it's okay. I can play football. I was like, your mom said no. And it's probably not because I'm an asshole. It's probably just because you'd be too far away from her.
Yeah.
He said, well, when I get my license, I said, that's a 50-mile round trip drive on a daily, just there and back. Now, if your mom has to drop you off and then go home and then come back and pick you up and then go back home, that's 100 miles a day, dude. Do you have gas money for 100 miles a day? Well, I'm sure I could figure something out. I was like, you ain't going to have time to get a job, so no. Justin is currently right over there sleeping like the dead, you guys. But I will tell him you said hi when he gets up. So,
sleeping like the dead, and the cats have been warned. They will become General Tao's kitty meow meow.
Wasabi especially, because he got up on my table last night while we weren't home, and I left the bedroom door open when we were gone, because usually we lock the bedroom when the kid's home. Because I'm tired of him sneaking in my room and going through my shit. But Wasabi has decided that my chair is a scratch post. My brand new fucking chair. Wasabi is about to get his ass kicked. No, that wasn't him laughing. That was probably Vixie's hubby.
No. Yeah. I can't hear him very well sometimes, but he's on the other side of the house. Honey, I need you to check the router. I do not know what's going on.
1, 2, 3, double. Okay.
It says I have good signal, but I'm getting crap picture and audio. So Speak of the devil. Knock, knock. It's Mavon calling.
Who's at the door? Good morning, Dakota.
How you doing?
I'm good.
You good?
Oh, he just woke up. He's got that deep ass. I just woke up voice. Boy, you better bring that up a notch. I am not caffeinated enough for that.
Hi, Liz.
Everybody's so pixelated this morning. What the heck? So I'm going to apologize right now for all the technical difficulties. I have no idea what it is, or I'd fix it.
It's Saturday morning, y'all.
Yep, it's Saturday morning, y'all.
Too early.
It is not too early.
And you look okay.
It's just right.
It's just right.
All right, Liz,
We're almost done with Pride
nap.
Buddy.
Ooh.
I'm so excited. I heard that last night in the messages.
Yeah.
Liz says, hey, Mal.
I said hi.
She did.
She said, hey, boyfriend
okay.
first.
Sorry.
That's me. I'm boyfriend.
Hurrah.
I know. It's morning.
Yeah.
I did not want to get up this morning.
Me neither.
I was working on some projects last night, and finally I went to bed. 1 o'clock, I said, happy birthday, hubby, and went back to sleep.
I'm finishing Pride Buddy.
Well, I didn't go back to sleep. I slowly fell asleep, I should say, after that.
I feel like it took me forever to go to sleep because I was watching this this documentary on Netflix about this guy. Oh, Billy. Hold on. I can show you. I can tell you what it is on my Google search.
I don't know what to hold on to. I'll hold
Billy
on to
Milligan. He was he had MPD or DID, what's now called DID, and raped 3 women on the Ohio State campus in the late 70s, and he was one of the first cases besides Sybil to be shown as having multiple personalities. Not a great subject, however, it was very interesting.
Yeah,
to watch from the psychological side.
It's a well done documentary.
Yeah, we fell asleep watching Vikings. I love that show.
I think I've only watched a few seasons. I should finish it.
Dakota's over here trying to talk. How cute! What, Dakota?
Dakota, did you want to say something? Did you have something to share with the class? Is it your turn to talk now, Dakota?
Get it out now, boy. You ain't gonna get it out later.
Dakota, do you have something to say?
I don't remember
you can tell
even.
us. It's okay.
I think Dakota purposely gets on screen just to be broken.
He laughs like a Japanese girl.
I don't remember going to sleep last night. I just remember laying down and then
you were tired.
I was on my phone and
we
gone.
decided that we were going to go to bed at like 1 o'clock in the morning. And then I fell down a rabbit hole on TikTok about LuLaRoe. Because I just finished watching the Lula Rich documentary.
I haven't decided if I'm going to watch that yet.
There's a lot that they're missing.
Yeah.
But it's done in a season, so I'm assuming that there's going to be more seasons to come about it. So there's
really going in and out.
No, Vixie.
Oh no, we're gonna lose Vixie.
But there was definitely a rabbit hole that I fell down, and I was like, oh, I should not have done this because, at 3 o'clock this morning, which is 4 o'clock everybody else's time, I was like, fuck, I gotta be up here in a few more hours. And I'm super excited for tonight, you guys.
Yeah.
I don't care how tired I'm gonna be.
Why?
I'm gonna be.
Why on earth would you be
we got
excited
Bono Bones tonight, you guys. That's exciting.
Yep.
I have to be at work.
You're gonna have to watch the replay then, Dakota.
We do provide those.
Yes. Simply for everyone's pleasure.
But
if
Cherry if Cherry steals the links again.
I don't
She
have to
doesn't
steal
do that
Rick's anymore. I have my own. Do you see him? He's right there.
She has grown as a person.
Right
beyond
I have
that.
my own link now.
Good.
And you can't have it. It's Cherry's.
Yeah, that's mine. You can't steal it.
I know, I keep freezing. I'm actually
I've got my
hardwired
own
into
somewhere.
the internet. I don't know what's going
Here.
on.
You're okay.
See, I was having issues because I'm using my hotspot on my phone, but then I just connected my phone to my Chromebook and then turned on the tether.
Right.
So
I have an Ethernet cable plugged into my phone and my computer, so I'm not sure why
I've
it's
decided
not
that my Chromebook is
doing
nothing
its
more
shit.
than a giant phone.
correct.
What?
I've decided that my Chromebook is nothing but a giant phone. I'm legitimately serious because you can't use it like you can Windows or any other iOS.
Well-
it's very
well-
much. Go ahead.
So
Go ahead.
you can, but it literally slows it down so much
Right.
that it's not worth it.
Granted, the only thing I'm going to need it for is to run StreamYard when Vixie decides it's okay for me to actually start learning the process and use it as, like I use the camera for streaming on here, but like I didn't get it for anything other than the purposes that I need it, and it serves its purpose. Now, had I known that I could have spent a couple $100 extra and gotten the all-in-one because I was going to get the table, because I didn't think I was going to get the desk. If I would have known I was going to get the desk, I would have got the all-in-one, which is the screen and computer, and it's blah, blah, blah. Regardless, I got something that serves my purpose, and I'm that type of person. Like, I will buy something specifically to serve a purpose
Mm-hmm.
and no more than that
Yep.
purpose.
Yeah.
Can
My
I just say
poor
Ragnar
computer.
Lothbrok them? I said, oh, I know. Oh, I fucking know, dude.
They dream.
Dream
Yeah,
a
my
little
computer was
dream.
basically going to be a drawing tablet, which I've never actually been able to use it for because it's always doing something else.
Mhm.
And now I use it like a workhorse, and hubby and I are actually talking about building a tower because doing this kind of stuff, I need more horsepower. And for things like the gaming stuff that we've been doing, I really need more power than what I have.
Right.
And a better graphics card.
No, what's funny is I went out and I bought a mouse and a keyboard for the iPad.
Mm-hmm.
Now I use the iPad to write the burn books. I have my phone and I have the iPad now, and I'm like, fuck, I've got too much technology in this house.
No, you don't have
Mhm.
enough technology.
I'm trying to be. I am one of those people that I try to not depend on technology as much as possible because I absolutely believe that there will be some sort of apocalypse where all technology dies and we're going to have to rely back on ourselves again. So
No, I rely on Vixie.
okay, right,
Well, if worse comes to worse, I can survive without all of this.
right,
I know
because you had
how.
training to do so.
Yes, but like
It's here.
it's
so let's use
helpful.
it.
Well, Dakota, you have to think about something.
Yeah.
You've had technology around your entire life. Vixie, Mel, and I grew up in an era where computers were only in schools, and that was
I remember
later.
before that.
Right. Like we barely had cable TV, and
Mhm.
Nintendo, Sega, and Atari and the Commodore were barely coming out. So video games were very sparse and
The
few
Commodore
between.
didn't get back until I was in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
you couldn't
like,
just reach in your pocket and find the answers to the
No.
universe.
No. Like
Yeah, I know how to use a card catalog and microfiche.
Yeah.
if you could tell me, Dakota, can you tell me what the Dewey Decimal System is?
Yes, it's the separation of books in a library. Trust me, I go to the library.
Hey.
Okay. You are one of the very few that in your generation that
Hello,
can actually
Chrissy.
explain that. Do you know
Hi,
that
Chrissy.
my 16-year-old son cannot read cursive because they don't teach it?
What?
Yeah, they stopped teaching
Yeah.
cursive.
And they're also
Which I think
going
is
through-
crazy because how many documents are people not going to be able to read?
Right. And not only that, but they're starting to, and this is my opinion, guys, this is not truth or fact on there's going to be a lot of people that are going to agree with it, but I'm going to state that this is my opinion. They are starting to whitewash history again. They are not teaching things like Pearl Harbor Day. They're barely talking about 9/11 in history in school anymore. I asked my kid if he knew why he got the day off September 11th a couple years ago. He says, I don't know, because the school gave it up to his office. Do you know what 9/11 is? He said, they don't teach that to us in school anymore. And this happened 20 years ago. They're starting to whitewash our history again.
I'm not surprised.
You didn't have a computer until you were 15. I didn't have a computer in my house, Dane, until I was 20 years old. Hi, Chrissy.
I had a computer in my house when I was 17. It was an Osborne. If you all know what an Osborne is, it was a split green screen computer. The screen was literally this big.
Yep.
The computer was as big as it was big as a coffee table, and that's how I learned basic programming because because they didn't have GUI interfaces like we have now. You had to learn how to work everything in terminal.
My first phone was a box about
your
this
first
big.
Phone
was a box about this big.
The first phone
Nokia
that was not connected to a wall.
A landline
that I ever saw was bigger than this.
Yep.
And you had the dial on it. And
it had an antenna that was about this
No, that's
long.
a rotary phone.
No, that's a cordless. Okay, what she's talking about is a cordless phone. Now, the rotary phones, my mama still had one in her house until the day she died.
We still have rotary phones at the farmhouse. We still have the exact yellow rotary phones with 60-foot cords on them so you can run it out.
Walk around. Yep.
So you can run from the house to the milk house.
Did you have the light up phone
that you could see all the stuff inside?
Yeah, those were cool. Those were from the 80s.
I was a cool kid.
I remember those.
So
and I remember when they started being able to put a second line in your house.
Oh God, for call waiting.
For call waiting.
No, I had my own line.
Oh, you had your own number?
Fancy.
You were spoiled.
Yeah. I still remember the number too. I'm not going to give it to you because I don't know who has it now. But
here's a throwback. Do you guys remember Betamax?
Oh, yeah. Betamax would have gone over well.
Familiar.
It was actually superior to the VHS, except they would not produce porn.
Yeah.
What about Blockbuster?
There's still one
kidding? I remember when
left.
the first one came into town.
Right.
We used to go every week.
The last one that's left is actually in Bend, Oregon. There's a whole documentary on it on Netflix.
Yep.
Well, the whole reason. The whole reason why they had to shut down all those stores was because they didn't sign the contract for Netflix.
Yeah, that's it. That's part of the documentary. Documentary.
Yeah,
there you go. I can't speak
documentary.
Today, guys.
Wow.
The show on Netflix. They go into depth on it.
I've not seen it, but that's just like a part of the useless knowledge in my head.
Yeah, you could. When VCRs came out, you could go to your local video rental store and you could rent out VCRs and game systems. And when video games started
game
getting
systems,
big,
I remember that was a big thing when like your friends came to town and you could actually rent a game system.
Couldn't have done that for the rubber band.
Well, I mean, now you can just go to the mall and you can like rent like an hour of gameplay.
People go to the mall.
I was just gonna say
the only reason I go to the mall is because there's a craft store that I will not name that I don't go into anymore. It's like or we need shoes or the bookstore. Like if I need to go to the bookstore because I want a physical copy of a book, I'll go into the mall because they actually have one.
Yeah. I went a couple weeks ago, but that was because the kid needed jeans.
Well, and dude, the last time we went through the mall, so much is dead in there. It's not even funny. It's like a strip mall at this point. Going to an actual, yes, an actual record store.
My favorite were used record stores.
Yes.
Remember
I've
those?
been to a record store.
Yes. They actually still have a used CD shop in the town that we shop in.
I went to the mall
CD
because
Warehouse,
I had
man. CD Warehouse.
What's up,
Carl? Dirt Mall.
Did you guys go to the arcade?
Yes.
Yeah.
We used to have. We didn't call it. Okay, we had an arcade, and that was actually little shops downtown. Then we had the video arcade, which is probably what you're talking about. And yes, the video arcade in my town was not in a mall, though, because we didn't really have a mall. It was a big building downtown, and it was great. I was really Dragon's Lair. Does anybody remember that?
Yes.
It was like playing a card. It was hard as hell. It was like $1.50 to play. It was the most expensive game to play.
Yes.
Everything was a quarter except for that damn game.
It's because it's so hard.
Change to go to the arcade.
Yeah,
Used to
people
steal my
would bring their
sister's
glass
change to
mason
go to the
jars.
arcade.
Dakota.
Full.
What? What's wrong with that?
What did he say?
Steal. He used to steal his sister's change to go to the arcade.
Rude.
And didn't see what was wrong with that.
Story game.
Yes, it was fun though. I'm really good at air hockey.
Oh yeah,
I really like that. I love slamming that puck into somebody.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's like. Urgh!
I love air hockey.
Now you can buy an air hockey table to put in your house. What?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And I've always been an avid pool player, and there was a whole pool all up to it.
Myrtle here, they still drag Santa Fe. Because there's a Sonic on one end of Santa Fe.
We used to drag Main Street when I was in high school.
Our main street in our town actually isn't the main street, because our main street through town is an old. It's called Old 40. It's an old highway.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to be anywhere near Main Street, Jackson.
Doll is probably working right now.
It's very dangerous.
That's why she's not with us.
Yours.
But she's always with us.
Yes.
I'm only here because I don't work until 1.
Are you growing your hair out, Dakota?
Yeah.
Just a question.
Just a question.
I haven't seen you in a while.
Ooh.
I haven't seen you.
I heard the guards go up.
Yeah, right?
Yes. Fuck off, Dakota. Just ask me a question.
Too funny.
My bad.
Just asking.
You better suck them balls up a little bit more, boy. You're going to get eaten alive today.
So, Dakota, did you... I opened up a new realm. I was teaching the newbies how to play Minecraft from the beginning.
Yeah, Dakota, when you make a commitment, you have to stick to it.
Why, Dakota?
Because he wasn't paying attention. Because he's been working. That's still not an excuse.
No, not why the realm. Why is he like...
Because I told him he needed to suck his balls up a little bit.
Oh yeah, you did say that. See, I just glossed right over that.
Drag the Strip was amazing.
Like an adult.
Amazing way for meeting women.
I know. I just like whatever.
Right. I forget that such things tickle
Farrell,
Dakota
why
so
can I see you pulling a Matthew McConaughey?
Had push buttons, change. We had a dial on our TV for the longest time, an actual dial.
Yes.
UHF and VHF dials.
And they didn't go past channel 13.
And I was the remote.
Yes.
Yeah, and hello, I'm the remote. Honey, go change the channel.
Radios in the cars that
kid,
had push
get up
buttons.
there, change that channel.
Oh, dude. I can tell you, I remember 8-tracks. When I was a kid, my parents still had an 8-track player in their car.
What's an 8-track?
Oh my
Shut
God.
up, you know what an 8-track is.
Go Google it, youngster.
He knows. There's so much information about 8-tracks, and that's why. Because they've been gone so long. We also had a CB. Everybody where I lived had CBs.
Yes, we all had CBs. Yes. Like, that's how we talk to each other.
The floppy drive.
Floppy disk?
It's a
Which
drive.
one?
Hold on.
Do you remember the floppy disks or the hard floppies?
Modem.
I'm talking about the floppy ones.
Yeah, I remember playing because you had to pull them out and flip them over and put them back in. Yep.
Isn't it? Honey, what is the number? Is it 2.75s or 3.5s?
The hard ones were the 3.5s.
3.5s.
Yeah.
5 and a fourth.
Something like that, yeah. 5 and a fourth. Thank you. I couldn't remember. I still had a box of them. I was going through stuff and I found a box of them and with pictures. I was like, well, we're screwed. There's no way to get information off these things because they wear out. They wear out, guys.
Yeah.
After a little while, you can't use them. After you put so much information on them, they scramble or they just get old and deteriorate. So even if I did have information on them, they're dead.
Yeah.
They weren't designed for super long-term storage.
No, they weren't. I remember when the CDs in 1991, I went to a science expo, and they were talking about these cool little discs that were going to come out, and children could play with them, and dogs could chew on them, and they would still work. And when they came out, you all know what that is. That's a CD.
Yep.
And that was such a lie. I was so excited about these damn things.
You can't even look at
breathe on them.
Yeah.
I know. Can't even
zip
lick
drives and cartridges.
Pissing it off. Well, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
We had external zip drive and cartridges. Yes.
Yeah.
We did, but even before that, we had tape recorders.
Yep.
And the modem was on the outside of your computer, and you put your phone receiver into it, and you had to dial directly to the other phone.
Now, if you're wanting to watch a
computer.
lot of what we're talking about, guys, there's this movie called Hackers.
Which
Really
is
good
terrible.
reference. It's a cult classic. What are you talking about? It's a horrible movie, but everybody needs
I
to
love
see
that
it.
movie. Do not get me wrong on the movie itself, but the tech in it is crap.
Why do you think I keep referring to It Looks Crispy in the Dark?
All right, Leopard Boy and the Decepticons.
That's where I put that thing that one time. Yes,
Hack
dear.
the planet!
Yes, dear.
I put that thing that time.
Get it out, Dakota.
Okay, so I used to have one of those.
You did?
Really?
It's a camera. What are
a
they called?
Polaroid.
I had a Polaroid that you had to like put it in the dark room.
No,
That's
you
not a
had
Polaroid,
an actual
no.
35 millimeter camera.
Yeah.
Or
You had to
whatever it was
develop
called.
the film.
I don't know. It was
You guys, I had a camera.
I had a camera.
it was an
remember
old
when-
camera.
So
It
here's
was
the
an
thing:
old
before
camera.
disposable cameras and digital cameras came out, we used to have to take our film to these little photo booths
Mm-hmm.
That were everywhere.
that are now coffee shops, by the way, most of them.
yeah, well, most of them are, yeah.
And they would develop the film, and you could pick them up later.
Farrell.
Usually 2 weeks, but then
Yes.
there was 1 hour photo.
He does that a lot, Farrell.
Oh yeah, it's okay. He's our
Welcome
That's
to
why
pup.
we have him on the show.
Yeah.
This is why I referred to him as our pup, because he's still
He's our
very
kid.
much a pup.
I worked in a 1 hour photo lab in Walmart in '94.
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
I was
Like
in
at
kindergarten
Walmart.
in
Worked in the
94.
photo
I was 14
You weren't 14.
in 1994. Yes, ma'am, I was. I was
Oh.
born in 1980.
I didn't exist.
Well, then I wasn't in
You weren't even a
kindergarten.
thought.
You weren't even a twinkle yet.
I was in 5th grade. Yeah. No, I was in 6th grade. I don't know, something.
Something like that.
Like I said, I didn't exist.
That was my freshman year of high school.
So I would have been in 6th grade, yeah.
I was opening up coffee houses on the East Coast. No. It was pre that. What year was it? 90.
94.
Oh no, I was emceeing drag races then.
Oh, no. My coffee's gone.
Oh no, who drank all the coffee?
Oh, wait. I found more.
I drank it.
Dakota, we need to talk about your caffeine consumption.
Pie. We need
And
to
in
talk about your
Africa,
caffeine
oh.
consumption. Is it up to par?
Is it overboard?
I don't think we want him on more caffeine.
No. No. I was
I don't think
19
you get
and in
words out. It's
Africa.
like a
Yeah.
Hey, do you know why there's no vampires in Africa?
Because God bless the rains.
Yes.
God bless the rains down in Africa.
Sorry, bad dad joke.
Bad dad joke.
Sorry, guys.
I'm getting Allure magazine. Who ordered me Allure magazine?
Cherry. Ooh,
Yes.
Sorry, Cherry. Who sang that song about? Who sang Africa?
Toto.
Kansas.
Toto.
That's why you knew it.
Yeah, no, I knew that long before that, but no, Kansas sings "Carry On My Wayward Son," and Toto does "Down in Africa."
Down in Africa.
I got it right.
Yep.
Yes, Dakota, you did. Big pat on your head.
We said it the
Other way.
same time. Other way.
Patting somebody's head who's not even here. It's okay, whatever.
I have to figure out how to make my tripod.
Bleu de Chanel. Parfum.
I had a fucking dream that I found a perfume and I could smell it in my dream and it was horrible and I don't remember the name of it.
Were you sleeping with the trucker? He farted.
He probably did. He got so he came in Thursday night. So when we got up yesterday, he got so disappointed because this is going to be it's going to be TMI, but you guys are just going to have to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
He gets excited over this because he thinks it's funny. Every morning when I get up, I legitimately hold everything in while I'm sleeping, and I just bust the loudest ass in the morning, okay? And I got up yesterday, and I didn't do it. And he was like, "Where's your morning fart?" And I was like, "Hold on," because I can usually fart on demand.
I'm intrigued that you're able to hold everything in all night.
I don't know how I do it. It just happens. But I legitimately forced one and it was little and he was like, "You're gonna have to poop."
You should never force it.
Well, he needed it, so I had to give him something.
Ooh.
Pat
That was
head.
exciting.
You probably only got it right because
of Leo and Frog
Leap
Leap Studios.
What's that?
Leo and
Oh, Frog Leap. We both read that wrong.
What's that?
Google it.
Google it. Making metal covers of
Google, Bing, whatever you're gonna do. He's gonna Google it. Look.
He's a good little puppy.
This is adorable. Do not play it on the air.
No.
I don't want to get shut down for playing other
Mute yourself,
music.
Dakota. Don't YouTube it. We're on YouTube right
it's
now.
It's a song.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why he said they made a cover of it.
Metal cover.
Sometimes I want to smack your head. Right up to the head. YouTube it. Sooner or later, everybody loses a bet on a fart.
Yeah, never trust a fart. And here's the thing is don't ever hold a fart in because it creeps up your spine and gets in your brain and gives you shitty ideas.
Seemed like a good idea at the time.
That's why I have so many great ideas. I let them all out.
In this house, we do.
It's better out than in, I always say.
Well, I'm sorry. I just can't deal with shitty ideas. That's why I'm so shitty in the morning. I'm like,
don't. That was not nice, Farrell.
What did he say? No, don't. Do not do that.
No. I know how to use it.
Do you know
I am
funny
smart.
Thing on
I'm
my
smart,
Chromebook?
believe it or not. I'm smart.
So here's
You're
the fun
just
fact.
young. There's a difference.
On my Chromebook, I have no function buttons.
I know.
Like, what the fuck
It's
over?
weird, right?
Technically, your function buttons are all of the buttons at the top. They
I
double
get that.
as function buttons.
I get that, but like when we were growing up, our computers all had function buttons, whether they were a laptop or whether they were an actual computer.
Well, that's
chunky.
That's because the Chromebooks, like the one that you have and the one that I have, are meant for lesser things,
right?
And that's why they don't have them.
Isn't
Now,
that
if you were to
a
get
TV
a
show?
more advanced
Stranger Things.
Yeah, Stranger Things. Which there's a new season coming out, by the way.
I've not watched any
the
of it.
first one. That was it.
What?
I was bored.
Listen, lady, I need you to jump on the bandwagon and watch that for me because I have watched everything you have told me to watch.
I've seen the whole thing, but the last season.
You got to get through the first season, and then it gets better, and then you got to suffer through the 5th, 6th, and 7th season, and then it gets better, and then we're not talking about the last season because that was just shit.
Actually, after the first season,
I cried I cried.
I can't watch the last episode on the 15th season. I die every time. However, just so everybody knows, there is going to be a supernatural reunion on Walker, Texas, or on Walker on the CW, because Jensen has agreed to go direct an episode for Jared. I always get laptops with full extended keyboard.
I liked season 2.
I'm almost through season 1. I just haven't been watching it because I keep finding other things.
See, you got to get through the first season to get the basis of the show.
I'm trying, Cherry, but
and then Cherry, have you watched Cherry Flavor?
I finished it.
You did? I haven't.
Binged it. I binged that. Yeah, actually, it's really good. I binged that, and then
when I watched it, I thought of you not because of the title.
I watched Squid Game, and then I watched Nightbook. Yes,
that was.
I watched Squid Game. I watched.
I'm waiting for the second season.
I need to finish it.
I
didn't watch any
really
TV
good.
yesterday, so.
And then I've been obsessed with documentaries about serial killers. I just watched Sons of Sam last night, or the night before, which was a really good one too.
Sons of Sam?
Yeah, it wasn't just one guy. It wasn't just David. What's his name? There was an act. There's a journalist who gets he became his life obsession to find out about this, and they tried to say that it was a satanic cult, and they completely blew the church of the Satanist church out of proportion when all of this was going on, because it's nothing like what it actually is, but the way that they were reporting it. But watch it. It's worth it. It's absolutely worth it.
So you said,
I hate it when that happens.
Serial killer documentaries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are you planning? Are you
no, it's just an interest
something?
of mine. It's just an interest of mine. Like,
okay.
Have you ever met? It is very much known that women are intrigued, just naturally intrigued,
by serial killers.
With serial killers. I don't know why.
And it doesn't help that I'm just coming off of watching the 5th season, which is Hotel of American Horror Story, and in a couple of the episodes, they do Devil's Night, where the hotel, the original owner brings back the most famous serial killers for a dinner for Devil's Night. So that's probably where the obsession's coming from right now.
Think about it this way, though, because it's like doing homework. It's like preparing yourself, because everyone always says we never would have thought it of this person, but there are signs. And if you watch enough documentaries, you might know.
People
I'm really mad,
or you might become one.
You're not going to become one.
You've been,
but you'll know what
Scorpion,
the red
and
flags.
They canceled the show during a big dynamic. I never watched it.
I watched the first season.
Cancel the show on me. Cloak and Dagger, Runaways,
all the Marvel shits.
All my.
Did you read the comics?
Shows.
Yes.
Then why are you mad that they canceled the seasons if you already know what's going to happen?
Because they changed them just enough to make me interested. Especially Cloak and Dagger. Cloak and Dagger was my favorite. I read all the Strange Tales. I read all the spin-off. I love Cloak and Dagger.
See, I didn't really get into Marvel comics as much as I did DC, because my favorite DC comic was Gen 13.
My brother was DC. I was Marvel. And we traded sometimes, but mostly I was. And I was more Dark Horse.
Disney Marvel is actually suing to keep their rights from the original from the original owners of Marvel itself, even though Stan Lee's passed. Like the other creators of Marvel, they're suing to keep their rights because Disney bought Marvel.
Steve Ditko.
What?
Yeah, you cut yourself off, honey. You might want to type it.
The estate of Steve Ditko.
Yeah. So they're suing for the rights for. Good morning, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Now, granted, don't get me wrong. I did read Marvel, but DC was what we had in the house. Yeah.
I love that. I rewatched that 3 times this year.
Did you?
It's one of my favorites. I love her. I love it
what
when
did
she
I just watch that Marvel put out? It wasn't.
Was it What If? Because that sucks, and I'm not happy about it.
I haven't watched the latest episode, but yeah, I did watch. I've watched all the way up to the Iron Man episode.
I'm a bit behind on Marvel. because I've been
Go get Disney Plus.
Was the second.
I've been catching. Well, I say I'm behind on Marvel.
The female Captain America?
No.
I say I've been behind on Marvel because I've been catching up on DC.
Oh, okay.
So
one more time, Vixie. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
It's okay. It's the one Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. I watched that one. Doom Patrol is it is hilarious. I need to catch up on that. I saw the first season of it.
Where's that?
Yeah.
I don't
Doom
know.
Patrol.
I find it on the internet.
Who
But you
has
can't watch
Doom
it
Patrol?
on anything that has anything other than Apple, or else you're gonna catch
I
a
got you
virus.
covered, honey. I'll get it for you.
Okay, thank you. I have a hubby. He has waves. We won't talk about the waves, but he has waves.
I'm sorry, what was that? Did I hear a pirate ship coming?
No, we're moving to Australia for a little bit.
Oh. It was on season 3. Holy crap.
About my favorite surfboard.
Yeah.
Well, Gen 13 wasn't in the... I remember reading it, and I remember it being in the house, and it was a DC house versus a Marvel house. It wasn't Dark Horse that wrote it, but I specifically remember reading Gen 13 and just associating it with DC.
What the hell was with Inhumans? It was so good, and then it just stopped.
There's been a lot of series that they've put out that have been based on Marvel and DC that they've just stopped because they're not getting the ratings that they're expecting. So they cut the series off because then they automatically think people will go find the comics or the graphic novels.
Yeah.
Doom Patrol can be watched on YouTube TV, YouTube, Google Play Movies and TV, Apple TV,
It's
Vudu,
a paid subscription.
Amazon Prime, and HBO Max.
But they're all paid
Amazon
subscriptions. So do I. I have.
I basically watch American Gods. That's what I
love
watch
that
on
show.
Prime.
It's so aesthetically pleasing.
I know. Aesthetics of that show is amazing. I'm so glad. Because that was one of my favorite books. I reread it. It's a hardcover book that sits next to my bed. It's one of my favorite books by Neil.
Yeah.
And I was worried. I really was worried when they said they were going to make it a new miniseries until I found out that Neil was actually handpicking people. And then I was like, this is going to be...
I have to get going soon. Do we want to do a Mad Lib before I go?
Yes, we do.
Yes, ma'am. I've got another hour
we have
before
a
I gotta
to
get
finish,
out.
and then she has a birthday party to get dropped off at, so we have things to do.
And I've got to go to work.
No. True Blood was okay. Look, I've read the original.
True Blood had some nice aesthetics, but nothing like American Gods.
No. And
American
on top of that,
Gods.
HBO took too many creative liberties.
Yeah.
With True
I
Blood.
read the series. And...
I read all the way up to the 9th book, and that's when I was like, okay, they're bringing the Fae into this. I'm done. Like when they started bringing cross species in, I was like, this is supposed to be about vampires. I'm done.
Right.
But the original Charlaine Harris books are almost nothing like the series. Like they took the first season and it was the first book, but they fucked up the book so hard in the first season that I was just like, I struggled to watch the entirety of the show.
Yeah, and that's where American Gods. I didn't very leery.
Get through all the seasons,
and then
It's shit, dude. Honestly, the last season is utter shit. But the 5th season, when they're talking about, okay, the 5th book, the first scene in the book is Eric Northman running around naked.
Yeah.
Do you think HBO actually let that happen?
Oh.
Yes.
Not to the extent of the book.
No.
I was just going to say, his little bum was naked. I remember.
That was about all you got, though.
All you got was the bum.
In the book, it was more graphic.
I need some nouns and verbs. Give me some nouns and verbs.
Yeah, chat, nouns and verbs. But for American Gods, each season is one chapter of the book.
So within the first couple of scenes where you see Al Pacino come out and he's like, "It's my day," I was like, "Oh, that's Odin."
Okay, what do you need from me, Mel?
Number
9.
Chevy. Oh, he's throwing out nouns. My bad.
Cherry, I need an adjective which describes a noun.
A person, place, a
fluffy.
thing, a noun.
And Dakota, same thing. I need an adjective.
I don't English.
Give a descriptive word of a noun.
Something.
A description of a person, place, or thing.
Jumpy.
There you go.
Or is that an adverb?
Nope, that's an adjective.
That's an adjective.
Farrell, we need nouns from the comment section.
Yeah, we need
nouns and verbs. Vixia, place.
Brutally is
an
adverb.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that.
Red Rock.
Cherry, an adjective.
Pungent.
Nice. I don't do verbs.
Well, you know what? Let me see if I need an adverb anywhere. No, this one doesn't have any adverbs. Sorry. That was a good one.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Pungently.
That's an adverb too. Dakota, I need an adjective.
Scruffy.
Dakota.
Floofy.
I already said fluffy.
Yeah.
No, I said floofy. That's a different word altogether.
Okay.
That's like saying there's a difference between chunky and chonky.
Yeah, we're just going with
No.
Okay.
It's floof. It's the floof, not the
No,
fluff.
Farrell.
There's
We have
two
no sense of
different
humor.
words.
None. No humor.
Fly
two
me
O's.
to the moon.
Don't.
Okay.
You're gonna get stuck again.
Among the
Vixie, I need a part of the
stars.
body.
Let me see what spring is like. Oh,
Weenus. Good morning, Blake.
Hey,
What's your
Belay.
fun? Come join us. We still have like an hour.
Yeah.
Then I have to get off to go to the post office to get these packages mailed.
I just thought of a sound.
Nope.
Vixia.
Nope.
No. It's not a song. It's
Dakota.
It's
Dakota.
It's an idea.
It's an idea.
I'm gonna start yelling at you like I do my teenager if you don't quit.
Hey, Polite, can you throw out some nouns and verbs for me, please?
It's okay, Dakota. Just when I tell you shh, just shh. Stop pouting.
Cherry, I need an adjective.
Chunky.
Okay, everything else is literally nouns and verbs, and there are a lot of blank spaces.
All right,
Okay.
ready?
Okay.
Go for it.
Coffee.
Oh, I shouldn't have put that.
Viking.
Titties.
Puppy.
Ravage.
Buddha.
Running.
Candle. We've got lighthouse. We've got stroll, climb, jump.
Moto.
Lamp.
Motorola.
Water. Backflip.
Okay.
Charger.
I need 3 more nouns and 1 more verb ending in ing.
Stealing.
Cheese.
Charger. Rocks. Dodge.
Backflip.
That needs
I got
one more
backflip.
an ing. Playing.
No, I got it.
Backflipping.
All right.
No, I put
muting.
dodging. Oh, flopping. That's a good one.
Mute yourself, Dakota.
This is from my bleeping family Mad Libs. Courtesy of the lovely Vixie. And it's called Grandma's Will. Oh boy. I'm not in the light over here. I'm in a different spot. My light is different. Dear family, well, I'm as dead as a Chevy nail. Don't be sad, although I suspect some of you are thinking, goody coffees at the thought of me 9 feet under. I, for one, am excited to fly through the fluffy gates of heaven and see my dearly departed poodle, Miss Jumpykins. As for Grandpa, we all know he's rotting in the Red Rock, that dirty, pungent man. Now, let's get down to the floofy stuff. To my disappointing son, you need a good Viking in the face, not my money. Therefore, I bequeath you my state-of-the-candle gym equipment. Get off your weenus and do something. Also, you get my beach lighthouse in Boca. To my insufferable daughter, I give you my convertible lamp. You're quite dull. Go on a cross Motorola trip and backflip it up already. Fine, have my diamond wedding water, too, even though marriage isn't in the rocks for you. To my butler and maids, thanks for dodging to like me because I paid you to. You each get a set of Sterling Charger flatware. And to my beloved cat, Mr. Chunky. Wait, was that Chonky or Chunky? Chonky. Mr. Chunky Pants, the love of my life, you get the rest of my multi-billion broom estate. Multi-billion broom estate. That was one angry grandma.
Yeah.
That was an angry grandma.
I mean, it was cute.
I want diamond water. I want to try this diamond water.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sure we can make some.
Diamond water is so there's a dude on YouTube who actually made some diamond water. Like he went and bought like $1,000 in diamonds and made like a small bottle about this big. That's as much as he could make.
I would be afraid to drink it just because the fact
and it tasted worse than regular water.
I don't think I'd like that.
No.
But I'd be curious, that's for sure.
I would not do that to myself.
There's like $1,000 bottle of water.
It's but it's also $1,000 bottle of stupidity.
It's just pressurized coal.
Yeah.
Because that's what a diamond is.
You could get that at the hospital if they need to pump your stomach.
Yeah. You can go light it on fire for a barbecue grill.
Yeah.
That'd be true.
Maybe that's what fire breathers eat.
Drink. Once it turns into a diamond, that's a chemical change that can't be turned back.
Understood.
We're joking.
But the point being is its original state is coal. Why would I drink coal water?
No, it's diamond water because it's carbon.
Oh my God, Dakota. Your logic is fucked off today. You're not getting the point. The point is the original state of a diamond is coal. Okay.
I'm not can see it.
Yeah,
blurry.
but that wouldn't make it
it's
coal. That would make it diamond because those are two completely different things. Even though one makes the other, they're still two completely different things.
I just see red.
Dakota, sarcasm. We know all this. You're mansplaining right now.
Wait.
Dakota, vagina.
Yeah, right? Good job, Cherry. That's what he needed.
Did you know diamond generates
That's how you solve that problem.
I did not know that.
How do you solve a problem like Dakota? Vagina.
Vagina.
How do you solve a problem like Dakota?
Vagina.
How do you catch a moonbeam in your hand? I might have to make a whole song. That kind of went well.
You might.
But Vixie, I have an idea.
Did it hurt?
I'm so scared right now.
So have you heard the TikTok sound, welcome to the internet?
Yes.
Yes.
I was thinking of doing a parody. Mm-hmm. Welcome to Vixie Land. We're here every day.
You should do Tuesday. Except Tuesdays. Yeah. Welcome to Planet Flipside. We're here every day. Except
Tuesdays.
Welcome.
Did you know diamonds generate electricity when it goes radiation?
That's why that in the big heist movies, the bad guy steals diamonds to make the big old bad weapon.
You know what would be the most ridiculous thing that a criminal could do?
Boobies.
That would just piss off the authorities.
Breastises?
No. Replacing diamonds with coal.
I don't think that would piss the 40s off as much as you think it would.
No.
That was cute, though. That was cute.
That was cute. Do you know? La, la,
A
la,
for
la,
effort.
la.
A for effort, Dakota.
I tried.
Polite, is your tea ready yet? Jesus.
Oh, she's making tea before she comes out?
Yes.
Oh,
But it's
okay.
coffee
I'm
talk.
like, where did that come from? But you said it, I'm like,
I mean, tea has caffeine.
Coffee.
So, coffee. I had to explain to our youngest nephew yesterday because he tried to tell me that tea was coffee. I said, no, it's not. Tea is made from leaves. Coffee is made from beans. Explain to me how those two are the same. Yes, they both have caffeine. However, now mind you, he's 12
technically
and likes to
coffee's a
argue like
nut.
Dakota. And I just said, boy, just stop. Just stop. You're not going to win. Just stop.
Hey.
Oh, he finally gets it.
Oh, way. No coffee.
Good morning, Brent.
Good morning, Brent.
Good morning to you.
All right. I love you guys.
It's okay,
I'll see
Dakota.
you
I'm
later
just
on
picking
tonight.
on you. If I was being mean and I meant it,
Have
you
a
would
beautiful
know
day.
it.
Remember that people make time for what is important to them, which is what I'm doing because Tiny Mel's important to me. So,
well, you're
right.
important to us.
We'll see you tonight, sweetheart.
She said out.
She said.
She said Mel out.
So I picked up a
Oh,
bad
that's good.
habit of biting my finger.
That's an anxiety thing.
Yeah, that is a bad habit.
Don't do it, Dakota.
Well, it's either that or my shoulders twitch, so.
You can get one of these. Here, I'll show you.
Get a poppet.
They come in all different shapes, sizes, and colors.
Those don't help.
Fidget
Chewies?
spinners work for me.
Get a Chewy.
What?
A
A
Chewy.
Chewy.
You can chew on them. They're aesthetically
They're
pleasing for your
textured.
mouth.
Yeah.
Aesthetically pleasing for your mouth.
Yes.
They're aesthetically pleasing for your
Aesthetically
mouth.
isn't just aesthetics just aren't a visual thing. They're a sensory thing. You know how like most people like like rubber items or silicone items.
This is actually made for you to chew on, so you don't hurt your teeth or poison yourself.
I was sitting
You
there
need
last night and
Poison yourself.
one of the nephews. Yes,
Stuff in your
you
mouth.
can. Okay, so like I don't chew
And
on
what
gum
happened to my
because
screen?
nothing. I chew on
Hey.
tape because I don't like the texture of gum. So like there's specific tapes that I'll chew on. Now those can actually damage me because the chemicals that are in tape. Now if I got a Chewy, it would be much better because I wouldn't be putting toxins in my body.
I have a coffee.
However, I have my dinks or my passies. And last night we were sitting there and while we were waiting for the COVID test for the other teenager to be able to go to homecoming, he was whining and I said, do I need to get you an adult passy? He said, they make those? I said, yes, I have 2 of them. And he tried to start making fun of me about it. I said, it's a coping mechanism. You need to stop because it's something that you don't understand.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, okay.
Teach him young. Teach him young.
I understand
What are
it.
you eating?
I know you do.
What are you
But
eating?
he doesn't. It's crunchy
It's-
and it's making noise and it's not. It's
Oh.
it's
What
a sensory
is
thing.
it? Now I want to know what it is, though.
It's Skittles.
Okay.
Leftovers from S&M Day.
Oh goodness, we are on the snout, guys. We're making the muzzle for the unicorn.
We're making the muzzle.
Yeah,
Muzzle it.
they call it the muzzle. It's the fucking snout.
So we were having fun. Myrtle and Brittany and I were in the new Minecraft
realm.
server, and hubby and I found a broken portal, and we brought all the obsidian back and made a portal in the middle of everybody's builds. Everybody's building far away from each other now because I think they learned last time that
Actually
we were all on top of each other.
No, I'm actually not that far from home. Like,
I know. I know where your hole is.
And of
So
course,
we should probably put a tower or something up there so we can mark it.
it's got two little lamps up there.
I went on there and I started deconstructing a hill.
That might be a good
so
idea.
that I could that I could like have more area to build what I want to build because it's gonna be massive.
I want to know who started putting in the big square and didn't finish. Was that Frost?
I don't know.
I keep going past. There's this one by my road that's like a box with a door in it.
Not me.
I was just curious. I'm not upset about it. I'm just curious.
Vixie heard me say this the other day. I was like, I swear to God, if Dakota waits too long to do this update, the minute he does, I'm going to go set his goat free. But thankfully, I don't have to free his. No, I didn't.
And you can thank me for it.
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was an update.
I understand that, but had we told you and you waited too long, like had you waited another week, I was going to go in there.
Because you can get affected really easy with that.
If y'all would have like added me in the Discord chat, I would have seen it.
You are in the Discord chat.
No, I said if you would have like tag.
Oh, see, tagged is better because if you say at, I automatically think you're saying add.
It sounds like add.
And I'm like, why would we add you to a server you're already a part of?
It's okay. It's okay. We had a whole bunch of new people who needed to know how to start over. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, and we're having fun. It's a baby.
You must at-sign me.
You must at-sign me. And hubby and I are working on a subway system. And
look, I'm doing what I always do. I'm digging. Okay, that is my job. And I successfully made a hole. I just found too much fucking lava.
I started terraforming.
There you go. When were you on last night?
I can't remember.
Okay.
It was either last night or yesterday. I just remember falling asleep.
I don't remember you being there yesterday, and I was on there quite a bit yesterday. I was having a day. But
I remember logging
I'll probably be on
in
there this afternoon.
and seeing. I remember logging in and seeing a wooden structure of some sort. And then I just ran in one direction for like 3,000 blocks and started deconstructing a hill.
I got very cranky, Dakota, because I didn't have everything that I have over on your server in the new server. I had to break trees down to get sticks, sir.
With her bare hands.
Yeah, to make pickaxes.
You can go back onto the other server now.
I know. Thank you.
But now we're having all this new and shiny stuff.
That we're having
the girls figured out how to get their own horses.
Whoa. I'm hearing robotics.
That's on your side. That's not on.
Yeah, hold up. Is it working now?
I don't know. Is it working now?
Oh,
Myrtle says she did at you, Dakota.
Yeah, Dakota. You need to start paying attention to your shit.
He froze. Right at the confrontation, he froze.
That was supposed to be. That's not what I wanted.
I looked. There was no ats with my name on it.
Well, you were added.
You were. I remember.
If you added Dakota, that's why I didn't see it because it's Dragon Slayer.
Because he's Dragon Slayer 001.
And it's drag in, not drag on.
So I've got a question.
You need a Sharpie.
I know. The Sharpies are all the way on the other side.
I have an answer. Ask your fucking question.
I thought you said you don't have an answer.
You got to pull it down a little bit so it makes him a little more uncomfortable. Anyway, What's your question? It doesn't have fingers like that, might it? Oh, it's gonna fly away. Sorry.
Or you could do this.
No.
Kalima. Kalima.
She's got teeth. So I'm waiting for this question.
Yeah, I think Dakota has a question.
So it
spit it out. It ain't yours.
So it starts.
Okay.
It's my question starts with a statement, and the statement is: people seem to think that I can sing, and I don't think that I can sing.
Well, you
What
can
do
sing,
you
but you
guys
go sharp
think?
sometimes. You could sing if you had some training. I mean, if you really wanted to pursue it.
She's had a lot going on right now, so I can understand why she's just getting overstressed.
Next week is fine.
And excuse me, Jimmy, the answer is hashtag everything is not Cherry's fault.
So-
it's Jimmy's fault because
So
he's
tonight-
the enablegator.
So tonight, since we're going to have to reschedule Bona for next week, do we want to do not another game night? Do we want to do Mario Kart, or do we want to do Minecraft?
I'm going to go with Mario Kart because I may be able to get the trucker in on it too.
Okay. So everyone go to
Bitches
That was after
Creators Corner.
Oh, okay.
That was after I had already updated it.
Okay, Dakota. But the thing is
it wasn't working for everyone.
Yeah, no.
It was an ongoing thing.
Well, and I
Just
also think that Myrtle had to get another card for her daughter's Xbox as well. That was another thing. The reason why she couldn't get on was because her subscription was up for the month.
There was a lot of techie stuff going on. It wasn't just you.
Yeah, hashtag enablegator.
Enablegator.
It's like Watergate, but enablegator.
Everyone decide what you want to do, and put a vote in. Do it on the Creators Corner one, so I can keep them
Wait,
separate.
what?
It's a
Put a
rough
vote in
morning.
for what?
Gotta open a cold Mountain Dew and wake up. Oh, that sounds so amazing right now. Just a cold one.
I've got
Have you
some
ever-
cold.
You've got some cold what? If you tell me
I have-
vagina, that's gross.
No. I have cold
Yeah.
Dr. Peppers. I got the little mini cans of Dr. Pepper, and
I
I got
love
a mini
mini
fridge.
cans
Like
of
what?
soda.
Those are
I love
shots.
mini cans of soda.
Those are like
I
shots.
love them.
Well, I've got a mini fridge in my truck that plugs into the AC outlet. I got it for like
It's
$10.
got an inverter
I have
in it.
one of those. It's pink and it looks like an old.
I need to
1950s
And-
fridge.
and-
I need to get one for my
And
bedroom.
I just filled it up with soda, but it also has a wall outlet attachment if I want to plug it inside.
Yeah, okay. It's got an internal inverter in it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it's called. I just know how it's
Yeah.
made.
We have one.
It's called an
Hi!
internal inverter. Hi,
Hi.
boy.
Good
I'm
morning.
so happy to see you.
It's okay.
Oh, pretty girl showed up. Dakota shut down.
Oh, it's all
Pretty
right.
girl.
What kind of
Oh,
tea are
that's
you
a cute
drinking?
mug.
Oh, isn't it wonderful? I love it. It's got little mountains on it. And it came with like a strainer and the wooden handle.
I'm not a big tea drinker. The only time I drink tea is
Oh, I
if I'm
drink tea.
sick, and it's got to have, amazingly, is allergic to honey as I am. It's got to have honey and Jack in it.
I feel like that's
Why would you tease yourself with something so small, Dakota? So many bad jokes.
I love those little things of soda because I could like drink one with a meal and I'm good. Like that's all I need.
I can't
And
because
I
of
don't
my
have that
stomach
half can of
disorder,
soda
but
sitting there that I feel like I have to drink.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, if you take honey and Jack Daniels and you put it in tea, it's called a hot toddy.
Yeah, but all you need is the honey and Jack Daniels and a little bit of lemon. You really don't need to add the tea.
Well, it helps. But don't do that,
Well,
Brentley, because you're doing very, very. I'm so fucking proud of you. Are we at week
I'm proud of
15
him.
or 16 yet?
I don't remember.
no,
No,
it's
catch up
honey,
to that.
crown, and tea.
No,
Do you know what Crown is?
it's
Yes.
whiskey.
It's whiskey.
Jack Daniels works better though.
I'm from Tennessee. What you think I don't know what whiskey is?
Well, you called it Crown, so I was wondering.
Yeah.
Because that's the brand.
Congratulations, sir. That is astounding. That is amazing.
I'm so proud of him.
That is awesome.
He's doing great.
What?
He deserves all the chicken nuggets.
Brent's
Wait,
16
what?
weeks sober, so
16 weeks sober. Yay.
I'm so lost.
It's okay.
My fiance, 16 weeks sober.
Congrats.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
There we
Good
go.
job.
Took him a minute, but he caught up. Took him a minute, but he caught up. So
Here,
yeah,
have
so everybody vote on what you want to do
have
tonight because
some magic cards.
we gotta here have some magic cards.
I still haven't finished the videos for that.
I know.
I'm like 2 weeks behind.
He probably doesn't, Jimmy.
He might.
However,
I do.
However, Jimmy, speaking of beer buddies, I make those, by the way. They're koozies that actually have like a wrist. It's like a koozie, but it's crocheted into a mitten. So
yeah.
I make those.
That's
Those are
perfect
cool.
for drunk people.
Those are good for sodas too, though.
Yes, they are.
Mm-hmm.
Because then they won't drop it.
They're also good for coffee or any kind of hot or cold drink, really, that you want to keep while
true.
you're.
Mm-hmm.
Vlad, I don't know if you got that message that I sent you on Insta yesterday or not about the Baffy, but I did send you a message about the Baffy.
I meant to message you about that.
Baffy
Oh,
Met.
TikTok was
What?
open.
Is yours the black and pink one?
What's a Baffy?
Yeah, the black and pink one is being shipped out today. A Baphomet?
Okay.
Google it. It's
Super cute.
Yeah, Baphomet's too hard to
BAPHOMET.
explain.
The only difference is I have the pattern that comes with the wings or without the wings, but he just doesn't have tits because he's an amigurumi.
Hmm.
Now I can make them, but because they're completely customizable. But yes, I do make them. And I run them for actually what could be considered a decent price. So
yeah, that is.
Oh, it's a deity.
Yes,
Mhm.
dum dum.
It's actually the one that
Knights Templar worship.
Knights. Okay, so
Yeah.
it says Baphomet is a deity allegedly worshipped by the Knights Templar that subsequently became incorporated into various occult and mystical traditions. The name Baphomet appeared in trials
The one issue that
transcripts from the Inquisition of the Knights Templar starting in 1307.
Yeah,
there you go. And
Now-
it usually uses the stepping stone for iconic visuals of the Judeo-Christian devil.
Yes.
I gotta get going if I'm gonna get to work on time.
Well, get
All
your
right,
ass going.
well,
It
you
was
have a
good
good
having
day.
you. See
We'll
you
talk
next
to you
time.
later.
All right.
So the one issue that I am having with Baffy is they tell you in the pattern to stuff the shit out of the neck. I'm stuffing the shit out of the neck. They still have floppy heads because the head is so heavy. Now, if you decide that you want to do it, I can hot glue it down so where it's not so wobbly. But this is the black and pink one that's being shipped out today.
Oh.
Now that you can
Oh
see.
yeah. On Instagram.
Yeah. So like I do them and I don't have enough black. I might have enough black to do one more shiny one like that, but I'm not going to have enough pink to do the shiny like that. But I have pretty much any color. I even have rainbow at this point. But I'm currently working on a unicorn for Dane and Jelly Beans, one of their daughters, Addie. And I'm changing it up. I'm taking creative liberties with it because instead of doing solid colors for the mane, I'm doing variegated yarns like
Yay!
Neon stripes, retro stripes, bright stripes, but that's what she's gonna look like. But the eyes are gonna be different. Give me a second. I will.
She has got some of the best safety eyes. I love these things.
I have ordered. So
I
many
want those. They have contacts like that, and I want them
Yeah.
back.
I've gotten safety. I've got the big safety eyes that you can do interchangeable colors on the back.
Mm-hmm.
And then these are the safety eyes for the ones that I'm using for the
Aren't
unicorn.
those cute?
These were a
They
bitch
have-
to get in, by the way.
Yeah.
I bet.
Amazon
They have
was like, "Oh, well, you're not
baby
shipping them
blue.
yet."
They just came out with baby blue contacts like that with the dots on them like that. I want them so bad. I just got this in the mail. This is my
saw
Kendra
that.
Lash cuff that I've been
That's so cool.
wanting for like 2 years now.
My Kendra order
Isn't that
should be
the
in
coolest?
today because I've gotten
got
all the
my
rest of my
machine-
orders in.
Mashika Creations app Poison Apple on. And the other thing that just came in is Vixie Fox earring. They're bigger than I thought they were going to be. The Vixie Fox
yeah.
earrings.
They're big.
And there's 2 faces. So when you walk, sorry, I went the wrong way. When you walk,
Mister.
you tingle.
Your butt burped.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I was all excited. And
And-
the bracelet came in its own custom box.
Oh,
So
Oh, that's
I love
cute.
that.
isn't that cute? She did that just for me.
Going the wrong direction.
So I have a place
Everybody-
to put it where it's not going
Hi,
to get
Mr.
destroyed,
Trucker.
and I'll be able to find it.
Hi, Mr. Trucker.
Are you cuddling?
I'm
with
Mr.
your cat?
Trucker.
Oh, you're cuddling with your cat. Okay, he's cuddling with Sushi right now.
It's my kitty.
Get the sushi.
Yes, and he's got.
Oh,
this
and I got
sushi.
this really cute button. It's a little devil with that.
Oh, that's cute.
I love it when she sends me cute little things. But she's done KendraLash.com. Kendra does upcycled wearable art.
Mm-hmm.
And I love her stuff, as you can tell. And if you use
Damn thing.
Vixie Squad, all lowercase letters, you get 20% off everything. And there's a whole bunch of new stuff.
I'm gonna stop.
I know Cherry got the sugar skulls, which I'm kind of coveting right now, but I'll get them later.
I mean,
Those
they were
sugar
$10.
skulls
I
are really
wasn't.
cute.
I wasn't gonna pass that up.
Yeah.
They were $10.
It's like the cheapest I've ever seen any of her stuff. So you got to go now because
Yeah.
that stuff doesn't. There's only a set number of ones she does, and then it's
Right,
done
and they're done.
because her stuff is
Limited.
what she does. And there was another one. There was the skulls.
Brent,
the
if you
Vixie-
need a sponsor,
and something else.
all you gotta do is reach out, bud. Absolutely understandable.
Yep.
We are all here.
And
I try to
yeah,
do what I
if
can.
you need anything
Well,
from
and-
any of us over on the Vixie Squad, most of
We are
us
absolutely
understand
here.
what you're going through. And I'll Play should have my phone number, so if you need to call, you can always.
Mine's on WhatsApp, so it's in there.
Mhm.
It's the only Kansas number in there. But oh, Vixie, should I show them?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
dying.
Okay.
I'm dying.
So we're gonna talk a little bit about Mashika Creations and how she does custom resinware. And she actually sent me 4 items for the loot box that I'm going to show you guys. She also put in cards for the winners, and I am shipping these to Vixie as soon as I get her box done, because I've thrown a couple things in for the loot box. Nothing big, like there's a makeup brush cleaner and there's the rabbit. But this is from Mashika Creations, and this is how all of her boxes come.
Yep.
And this one is the Tree of Life.
With 4
Oh,
stars.
that's pretty.
Yes,
Isn't that
and all of
beautiful?
these are available on her Etsy shop, which is linked below. And if you, I'm not going to yell because the trucker just woke up, but if you use the word Cherry Bomb Pop, all big letters, you get 20% off. This one is beautiful.
Oh, cherry blossoms. I absolutely love that one.
Oh, I love that.
I have those cherry blossoms that I use on my face.
Mm-hmm.
They're little gold ones.
This one is her frog that she does.
Oh,
Oh,
it's so adorable.
And her prices are really, actually really decent, guys.
Yeah, I was actually, when I went and bought my necklace, I was like, holy crap, I feel like
You're in
I'm
a good
stealing this
headspace.
woman's
You just-
work.
No, and I understand that, dude, because like my drug of choice is Oxycontin, and anytime I get near narcotics, I'm like, "Nom, nom." And then she put in a set of
Smell.
earrings, and pills do have a smell, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
These are dream catchers that she's made, and these are
They're
earrings.
red.
They are red.
Mhm.
And give me just a second.
I promise I'll get
She
into
had
the
somebody
box.
that bailed out on an
but it's
order,
gross.
and I told her because it was Sanderson's sister order, and I told her, I said, send them to me, we can trade out. So I'm gonna actually crochet her obsession is sea turtles. She wants a voodoo sea turtle, so I'm gonna make her one of those. But she sent me. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see this or not. It's a Sanderson's sisters necklace.
That's cool.
And then she sent me 3 sets of plugs. These are all double zero gauged. I got penguins.
Oh, penguin.
And then I can't remember the blonde. I can't remember the sisters' names.
Sarah is the blonde.
Yeah, Sarah's the blonde.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got Binks.
Zachary Binks, you foul creature.
And then there is that sister.
I can't remember her name.
Mary?
Yes.
Mary, thank you.
Mary.
That was the one I couldn't remember.
And then
Winifred. Just Mikey. Hi.
And I absolutely
I hope
adore.
you're doing well.
All
Drop
of
me a
her
line
stuff.
sometime.
Hi, Mike. But that's all from Mashika Creation. Sorry, I can't speak. And like I said, if you guys use Cherry Bomb Pop, big letters, as a discount code, you get 20% off. And you guys, if you guys go check it out, you're going to be shocked about her prices. Let's just put it that way. I dropped $70 my first time in her shop, and I got so much shit it wasn't even funny. I got...
I think this necklace was only 15.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was before the discount.
Yeah. And she doesn't charge
So
for
her
if you
stuff
do
is
the neck.
not-
Yeah, she gives you an option whether it's a keychain or a necklace, and then she gives you options on the sizing of the necklace itself and whether it's going to be chain or whether it's going to be cord. So
yeah, it's amazing. So I think you guys would like to hear this. I did some research yesterday because someone asked me if I was a drag queen. Well, I used to work with drag queens. I used to MC for drag queens back in 93, 94.
Mm-hmm.
And I lived with 11 drag queens and three lesbians, one of them which was a drag king. And that was back when there weren't many of those. So someone asked me if I was a drag queen the other day, and I'm like, I don't think I can be a drag.
Actually, yes, you can. They're drag queens.
I did some research.
They're called princesses.
Well, there's a lot of names for them. One is faux queen and cis queen, and there's a whole bunch.
Yeah.
But they all go under the drag queen banner. And this one woman, I've started doing this thing where I have a white line down my nose and a little dot here. I really like the way it points my nose. There's this woman who is a drag queen. She's a professional drag queen out in...
Are you talking about the one who does the star on her nose?
Tennessee. No, I love her though. I watch her on Instagram all the time. But this is a cis woman who's a drag queen. It's Roller something, and I can't remember her name. But she does that same exact thing with a white line in here, and her nose looks like my nose. And I like, holy shit. I said, Abby, look, she does her makeup like I do my makeup. The only thing is she has much better wigs than I do.
There's a couple of female queens on on TikTok that I've seen on my For You. And I have.
And when we say female, we go cis females.
Correct.
I want to be clear on that.
Correct.
This isn't a transgender thing.
However, you can talk to most queens and they will absolutely tell you that the drag community does not have a gender. Regardless if you're male or female, you can do either or. You can be a king or a queen. It doesn't matter. Because it's about the art. It's not about what's in your fucking pants.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And because I did have a drag queen call me a queen.
Mm-hmm.
What was that, 3 months ago? And I cried. I was so excited.
It's one of the biggest compliments you can get from anybody in the community.
It was something to the effect of, you are such a beautiful drag queen. Why aren't you more popular on TikTok? I was like, but I'm a girl. And she said, yeah, I know.
But yes, as a cis female, you can still be in the drag community as a queen And the most common name that I've been told it has been a princess, and they do have competitions for them as well.
See, I think the reason the princess thing doesn't hit with me is that's what we always call drag queens in training.
Mm-hmm.
Ones who just got adopted by their mama drag queen. So that's probably why I'm like, I don't know if I'd be a princess. I've been around drag too long to be considered a princess anymore.
But yeah,
I do know all the tricks though.
Well, and I find it amusing
I
that
personally
people
help
think
people
that,
tuck, so I think I know what I'm doing.
I mean, just remember to shave first, or else it's going to get real painful.
Oh yeah.
And I
Trying to
put
line my
Miss
head up
Bertha in
with
her
those.
first corset. She bought a whalebone corset, antique corset. She said, "How does this work?" I said, "Grab onto the bedpost, baby. We're going for a ride."
Yeah, if you
Put
want
my knee in the middle of her back
and pulled. Yep.
She's like, "Holy shit!" I said, "I told you." Now
You
inhale
don't
because we're going to
breathe
do
in
it again.
those. Yep.
I said, we can break some bones doing this. I did too. I gave her the whole warning. I'm like, people break their ribs all the time. You sure you want to do this? She wanted to, she would train herself. She wanted to wasp waist.
Go ahead.
She wanted to wasp waist, which used to be a big thing. Actually, men used to do it back during the Civil War era. Used to corset to give themselves a wasp waist. It was a big male thing to do.
There's actual male corsets out there that look like vests. They're built into a vest. I've seen them on TikTok.
Well, the females in the Renaissance used to wear those a lot.
Yes. Not only can you cause your ribs to break, but you can actually, if you pull too tight, you can get spinal fractures as well.
Mm-hmm.
And you move around your internal organs.
Yeah, because you're shifting them.
Some people have
because
actually misplaced their kidneys.
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh, misplace your kidneys. That sounds pretty.
That's a lot of the reason why I don't use waist trainers very often, for the simple fact of I'm trying to not squish all my organs down to my butthole.
Yeah, I used to wear corsets, but I didn't cinch.
Yeah,
I wore them to fit and lift my boobs.
Right,
that was it.
Which I mean, essentially, you would be cinching the upper part, not the lower part. So
yeah. But I've never been a waist cincher. I've always had a belly, and I like my goddess belly, my Waldorf goddess belly.
See, and here's the thing:
very nice.
for people who have the mom belly, society has trained us, especially since the late 70s when Twiggy started to get famous, that being skinny is being healthy, and that is not necessarily 100% the truth. Because in the Renaissance period, people with body types like myself and Vixie, we were more chased for, because we had the childbearing bodies. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I don't care what kind of body style you have.
Lay has nice hips. I've seen full body pictures of them.
Oh,
yeah. Got them from my mom.
Sexy hips.
I wish I had hips. Matter of fact, we were having a conversation last night at the football game. The mom and Sissy. Hey, Cece. We're talking about plastic surgery for some reason, and my sister-in-law did not realize that you can have fat transferred. And I told her, I said, "Oh yeah,
as long as it's your own, they don't let you donate."
Right. And I told her, I said, when I found out I had the fibrocystic breast disease, that I was going to have all of my cysts removed, and I asked the doctor what I could do instead of having implants put in. And they told me that they could move my muscle up and they could transfer the fat from my stomach to wherever I wanted it in my body, as long as it was my own fat. She was like, I did not know that was a thing. I said, yeah, it's a thing.
My aunt works.
I don't need any extra there. They can just take mine away.
Well, no, the thing is if I was to honestly actually ever have plastic surgery, that's what I would do. Is I would have my belly. I would never lose any weight because I would have my fat shifted, basically.
See, I'm one of those. Well, I've had very large breasts since I was 9. I'm kind of over it. You know, mine are both bigger than my head.
Problems. I definitely don't want your back problems.
Actually, I've never had terrible back problems, but my neck. Well, I guess I carry. Most women carry their stress in their hips. I actually carry mine at the base of my neck where my shoulder blades and neck come together. I get this lump, and hubby can tell when I'm stressed just by seeing East.
Yep.
He can see it get bigger. It's just,
if I can't feel my spine, like right where my shoulder blades are, that's how you can tell when I'm stressed. And not only that, but like you can literally feel ropes going down my back.
Yeah.
And then my muscles on the side of my spine are almost like they're so hard. They feel like concrete because of all the stress that I carry, which is never fun.
With all my theater work and my music work, it's okay that I have a large chest because I sit right. A lot of the problem with women with large chests
forces you to sit back and pull your shoulders.
Sit or stand right. Yeah, I have to pull my shoulders back. If I don't, I'm in pain.
Yeah.
But also, knowing how to size my bras correctly most of my life. There's so many women I've met, and none of them know how to size themselves.
There's a lot of females that don't know how to do that.
I didn't.
I
didn't until TikTok. I didn't realize how to do it until TikTok. There's a couple of women that have come out and said, this is how you actually do it. And I did not realize I was buying the wrong size bra for most of my life until like a year ago. And it's funny because when I go to buy a bra, I instinctively grab for the size that I've worn for most of my life. And I have to tell myself, no, dumb, that's not your actual size. Yes, it's the right cup. However, it's not the right size. Did you get one that fits? Yes.
I need to. I keep mixing up the numbers. I have to write it down.
That's okay.
Dyslexia.
Honey, do you know how this is going to sound funny? I was diagnosed with dyslexia a long time ago. Do you know how I help it with numbers?
How?
Bingo. I used to go to bingo and I would memorize where the numbers were and like, okay,
instead of the letter.
Right. I would consistently switch the numbers around. So I knew like if it was 24, it wasn't actually 42, it was supposed to be 24. I knew exactly which letter that was supposed to go under.
Okay.
So it was just a way to trick my brain.
Yeah.
There's different ways that you can help with your dyslexia.
I like the text, the font or whatever that helps with it. If I can switch, if I'm reading on something and it has like the reader mode on my phone and I can switch it to the dyslexia text, if I have that on my phone, it's so much easier.
How do you help someone with OCD? Oh, first of all, therapy.
Lots of therapy.
It's a good thing because OCD is usually is triggered by some kind of trauma or learned behavior.
Now, the one thing about therapy that you need to understand is you have to do the work. The therapist is there to give you the tools, but and no one else can do the work for you. You have to do the work. But therapy, if medication is an option, I'm going to say that is your choice.
Now there are some things with OCD that I have that I keep. Like I don't want to get rid of it. And that's my organization skills.
Yes.
People are like, oh, all the shows are color coordinated. Yeah, they are. Actually, that wasn't an accident. I do that
on purpose.
Everything's color coordinated in folders. I have
everything in her life is color coordinated, guys. I've seen a contact case.
It helps. Yes, it is.
It does. It absolutely does.
It just helps me. I like everything. It when I have my shelves in my kitchen are all my vegetables are pulled like it looks like a store. Because all my vegetables are pulled up front and then all my fruits are pulled up and all together. And
when I get really obsessive, like it gets down to the point where if I have cash, I literally put it in numerical and alphabetical order. Or I color code my closet. Another thing,
I face all my bills too. I know when something's in my wallet.
And they have to be faced a specific way. They have to be in numerical and alphabetical order. So there's another side to OCD that isn't commonly talked about, and it's just associated with OCD. It's obsessive cleaning disorder. It is part of obsessive compulsive because it is compulsory cleaning.
My mom has that.
I have obsessive cleaning disorder. Like I literally deep clean my house. I don't clean my house. I deep clean my house every time I clean my house. And it's on a regular basis. Yeah. Like my closet's completely fucked right now. But when my OCD does kick in, I'll go through and I'll color code all of my shirts because those are what are hanging, and all of my jeans are in a specific order, and everything that's in the closet is done in a specific order.
You have the racing thoughts. Okay, the racing thoughts can be counterproductive to normal day life. That might be something you want to work on. Some people have. I need to put this down.
Write things down. Write them down because you'll forget about them later.
Yeah, lists are a big. Let me show you guys. So I have. Let me make sure my address isn't on it. Yeah. Okay. So, I have envelopes that look like this. Because while I'm talking, and people who actually have talked to me on the phone, like Cherry, know that I'm constantly writing stuff down while we're talking. And it's not that I'm ignoring you. I'm writing it down so I don't forget.
Right.
Oh, I know what that one is now. I'm like, what is this? Okay,
I use my notepad and my phone for a lot.
I do too. My notepad, I had to clean my notepad out the other day because I was doing new stuff for the openings and closing credits and stuff. So I was making different things, and I'm like, oh my God, I need to clean this out because there's stuff from like 4 years ago on there.
Yeah.
I don't need this anymore.
Well, there's a lot of stuff. Like I'll put it on my phone, but I put it on Google Drive, and I have 3 separate devices that have Google Drive because with paperwork, I want to keep everything in triplicate for some reason. That's just part of my obsessive.
That's an obvious thing.
Yeah. Well, it's not even so. It started when I was young. So I just like paperwork is usually kept in triplicate. Like most of my patterns that I download, the reason why I download them and put them on my drive is so that if I ever need them, I can print them back out.
Me too.
I have notes on my phone from 2017.
Yeah.
I have shit in Google from like
That's when I got an iPhone.
Well, my Google account has shit from 2010 all the way to 2010 on there.
No,
I'm sure my Android was.
I might need to. I think hubby found it, and I really need to get it on my computer and my phone. There's this one journaling software called, I want to say it was Red Note or something like that.
Know.
And it was almost like your
Red Notebook.
Red Notebook, thank you. And it almost acted like a screen that was always up, and I had it set up so it was like calendar, and you could write notes. I would write notes all day during, and it was set up time, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. kind of thing. And there was extra note places. It was like bullet journaling only on your computer.
Yeah.
And I absolutely loved it. I used it a lot, especially when my kids were young. And especially when our oldest was first diagnosed with autism, because I had to journal everything, so we could find triggers for different behaviors and stuff like that. And because you have to be really on it if you want to do anything with that.
My main thing, Cece, is find a therapist, whether it's a talk therapist, a psychiatrist, a psychologist, a counselor. It does not matter. Just find. And I understand that professional help can be expensive, but there are also places that
it's actually getting a lot better.
Yes.
And there's some online ones that I was looking into.
Yeah.
That there was one that was like $60 a month, which is nothing.
That is
absolutely nothing. I want to say it was called Lightning Counseling, and these are actually psychologists.
And don't feel like people are going to judge you because they have no place to judge you in your life.
Almost all of America is in some form of psychological counseling.
Yes. Finding help is absolutely a good thing. Don't ever feel like you're less than because you're speaking to a counselor or
and also if you follow any prescribed religion, which I'm not judging any of them.
No judgment.
Many of them have counseling available to the practitioners. So if you are in some walk, you may want to try and ask whoever your
I found a doctor to help me, and I was diagnosed this year.
Or Reverend Pastor,
that's great.
Whatever your head of the religion is.
That's another thing. Is it took me a very long time to find a really good support system.
Yeah.
And I have found I actually have what I call emotional support humans, much like like support animals, but they're humans. And I'm very, very open about my mental illness with everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. If you want to talk about it, I'll talk about it.
Right.
Like I am manically depressed. I have bipolar disorder. I have obsessive compulsive disorder. I have adaptive personality disorder. I have post-traumatic stress disorder. I have a list, and these are all diagnoses that were given to me by psychologists and psychiatrists. Now, I am not medicated by choice, but that is because I am on the understanding of I am continually researching mental illness. And I also understand that depression is a chemical imbalance in your brain because your serotonin fluctuates and it doesn't give the chemical enough to your synapses in your brain for it to fire correctly. So this is after years and years and years of research, but that does not mean that I can control it either. That means that I'm aware of it.
Right.
You can't control the chemicals in your brain, plain and simple. So when people come and they ask me, okay, so what have you done? I've gone through a lot of therapy, like a shitload of years of therapy. And I've done a lot of research, like the amount of ungodly research that I've done. And I also have the understanding, and this is something that I do for myself. I've been through a lot of traumas in my life, but I also turn those traumas into strengths. And that doesn't work for everybody, but it does for me.
Right.
And it may not be a healthy coping mechanism, but it works for me. Find what works for you.
Trial and error.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Like, there are people out there that will down me for being a little because they're sexualizing it. And I'm not sexualizing being a little. I go into little space. And it's a coping mechanism because it's an age regression. So I have tools for that. Like I don't have adult passies because I want an adult passy. I have an adult passy because it's part of my coping mechanism.
It's a security.
Yes. And another way that I cope is primal screaming. And I don't recommend that for everybody.
Yeah.
Because
you can hurt yourself, so be careful.
You very well can hurt your vocal cords doing it, especially if you do it too much. But there are tools and coping mechanisms that therapists can teach you, that they can give you the tools for, and you just find out what works for you. And never be ashamed for asking for help. Never. Exactly.
Well,
like I've had people ask me how I'm still alive because of the shit that I've been through.
I worked with a guy 20 years ago now, and one time he said, one day I'm going to look in a newspaper and go, oh yeah, I knew her.
Yeah. I've heard that multiple times throughout my life. Yeah. Like I am wholeheartedly expected to be the murderer on the news. But I've also been very avid about I'm going to be the
murderer, not the murdered, the murderer.
Yes, yes. I have dug very, very, very deep, and I have crawled myself out of the holes that I have dug, and I own my shit. Yep. And up until 5 years ago, the only person I could really, honestly, truly rely on was myself, because everybody else just they got tired of hearing about the bullshit. So, after somebody hears about bullshit for so long, they're just kind of like, I don't want to hear about this anymore. Can we move on, please? But the thing is I couldn't at that point. I couldn't move on from what had happened, regardless of what the trauma was, because I was still trying to figure out a way how to get out of that. So I had to figure out how to do it myself, which is not easy. And for anybody who does that, I commend you for doing that. For anybody who struggles with anything, and you can be the one to know that you can pull yourself out of that, I commend that. But I also absolutely avidly tell people, please find a support system, a healthy support system.
Right.
Not a manipulative gaslighting bullshit. They're going to use you for what they can get out of you. Support system.
'Yeah.
Somebody who understands.
Now, the thing about that is no, you do not know exactly how somebody is feeling, even though you guys have been through the same circumstances, because two different people will feel two different ways. You can relate to it, but you will never have the same feelings. And I catch myself saying, I know how you feel because I can relate to that.
Mm-hmm.
But support systems are a great thing to have.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And when in doubt, check out Vixie Squad. Most of us there have been through shit.
Oh yeah.
I am diagnosed with depression, anxiety, PTSD, survivor's guilt, and ADD. ADD is a new one. I didn't know. And and the picking thing that I can't remember what it's called ever.
Oh, by the way,
or trichophilia.
Yeah, trichophilia. Yep.
I found out last night that if you have ADHD or there's another diagnosis, that you can actually get memberships to national parks for free.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you have the paperwork. Yes, it has to be diagnosed. It can't be self-diagnosed.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Which I think is an amazing thing because it gets you out and it connects you to everything.
The world. Yeah. I love the national parks.
I do too. We had one where I grew up.
One of our things.
Mm-hmm. We have
a lot of
couple
Rotary
of them.
parks here,
which
are part of the national park system. And I started. Well, when I was growing up, really, there wasn't a lot of mental health.
No, we didn't talk about our mental health in the 80s.
Nobody
and 90s.
talked about it. It was an embarrassment. Nobody talked about going to counseling.
No.
Oh, it was a lot of suck it up, pull up your bootstraps, get going, just ignore it.
Yep.
So
it's all in your
my
head.
whole life, I know I've been in depression and anxiety. I just dealt with it.
Kept it to yourself.
Until I got to a breaking point and I could no longer
thing.
deal with it.
Here's another thing about mental illness is this is the way that I describe it. It takes two mentally ill people to make one mentally ill person. Now, that does not mean that your mother and father were crazy. That means that somewhere along the lines, they carry the gene.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like, I know of families where they've like two mentally ill people have had children and it skipped their children and it went on to the child after.
Mm-hmm.
Or it went down generations. Like I can track my mental illness back generations.
Somebody's here.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Oh no.
Great grandma had to go lay down.
Right.
Oh, great grandma. My great grandma.
Anxiety. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I have to go lay down now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's
my great
I
grandmother.
remember that one story, and I'm like, that's.
Mama would. I'm dizzy. I need to sit.
Mm-hmm.
And we always thought that she was a hypochondriac, but come to find out, it wasn't hypochondria. Her being a hypochondriac, she had fibromyalgia, but they've now found that fibromyalgia is rooted from abuse in your childhood because you're constantly in fight or flight.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very few and far between that you'll find it. Right. It's very few and far between that you'll find it through a generational ongoing, unless there's mental abuse in the family for generations. My family my biological family just happens to be my sister, my grandmother, myself, and probably my dad because he had his own coping mechanisms, but like it's generations deep in my family. But
a lot of people who had the alcoholic or drug or father or mother or both, which is very common with the boomers. Boomers tend to be
that's because the silent generation taught them not to speak on shit.
Exactly.
And
so
the boomers taught Gen X to do the same thing because that's just not something that you talk about publicly and openly because then you were shunned because it was something negative and nobody wanted to see the negative side of the world. Now we have generations openly talking about, like Gen X is just now really starting to open up about our mental illness, which is causing the millennials to do so, and it's very avidly talked about now, which I think is a great thing. But there's people out there that are also self-diagnosing, which is not a good thing. Because in order to find out if you have things like bipolar disorder, there are tests that you have to take. There are, and with medications, there's medical tests that you have to take. Like what the medication that I was put on, and I don't know if they still use lithium as a antidepressant.
Yeah, they do.
If it's severe, so I'm assuming if it's severe enough.
Yes, it is, because when I was first put on lithium in 1995, I used to have to go in for blood tests on a regular basis to make sure that my levels were okay, that it was okay for me to continue taking the medication.
Yeah, the blood tests you have to take blood tests when you're on lithium. Lithium is usually
well, most shrinks won't
bipolar.
tell you. Yes, that's why I was on it, because I'm bipolar and manic.
Right.
Most shrinks won't tell you that lithium is actually classified as an antipsychotic versus an antidepressant, but they use it as an antidepressant.
Yeah, they just put me on something that's an antipsychotic. I can't remember what it's called, though. They added to my meds, which I'm grateful, because
Myrtle,
my
we didn't talk about mine
psychiatrist
either.
was like, we need to do something else. And I looked at her and she said, don't worry, we'll wean you off of something. We'll figure this out.
Right. Because there are medications that your body won't handle. Like my body doesn't handle lithium and Paxil together. It causes violent stomach issues. And you have to go through trial and error to find out what medication is going to work for you.
Oh, and then the other thing is when you take them. Like one of the things I'm on is Wellbutrin, which I love. Wellbutrin is it's a great one. But if I don't take it, I get what I call the Wellbutrin headache. And I cannot take it at night. If I take it at night, I will not sleep.
Yep.
So, and they were like, well, we want you to dose at night. And I'm like, no.
I can't.
I put me on extended release, because if I take it at night, I won't sleep. And the worst part is it's not even a manic not sleep. It's one of those, I want to sleep so bad.
So my insomnia
and you can't
gets
focus
to the point.
on anything. So you're watching My Little Pony for 8 hours.
Right. My insomnia gets to the point because I'm not medicated to where that's all I want to do. And I will literally lay in bed for 24 hours because all I want to do is go to sleep, but my body and my brain won't let me.
They won't shut down, yeah.
But I can't get up and do anything because my body is so tired.
It's terrible. So, as the disclaimer says, we are not doctors. We are not trained professionals. We're just sharing our life stories. Please, if you find that you need help, reach out for it. There are numbers you can call.
Yes.
There's a national, I swear, English hotline for crisis hotline. That if you Google National Crisis Hotline, it will tell you the numbers for not only the United States, but Germany, England, Ireland, and Australia are on that list too. So if you need they will not get off the phone until you are ready to get off the phone.
Right.
So, and they do texting too. If you don't like talking, they do texting too.
Which I think is amazing, by the way.
I love it. And
Because
there are
you
resources. Don't ever say you can't find help. If you need help finding help, let us know. We will.
There's always going to be resources out there. It's just whether you decide to take the step to do so. And I absolutely, avidly will tell you, seek help. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing to be ashamed about it.
Hi, Mimsy. Oh, sweetheart, I feel for
4 or
you.
5 hours a night. That's where I'm at. Like, I legitimately, because of all my medical and my mental issues, I go through spurts where I only sleep 3 to 5 hours a day. Like
last night was 4 for me.
Yeah, that's where I was last night, but that's because I had to get up for the show. Had I not had to get up for the show, I would have slept until 1:30 in the afternoon. But that's because of my sleeping schedule. But I get like that. Do what?
I said you're good to us.
I am, but you guys are good to me too. That's why we're family.
We are family. I got all my sisters and me.
However, kids, it is getting about the time to where I need to go because I have an hour before the post office closes. I have three packages I have to ship out today. There are links below in the description that will take you to all sorts of fun stuffs like our socials. There's Doll's House Etsy shop. There is Mashika Creation. There is the Discord down below. There is Planet Flipside Marketplace. Click all the links, ring all the bells, subscribe, and do everything that we need you to do to keep us doing this, guys. We absolutely adore you guys coming out and appreciate seeing you and interacting with you. We will see you tonight
We don't know what we're doing yet tonight because we're going to have to reschedule. We're rescheduling Bona. She'll be next week, I think, is what it's looking like. Something came up, and thank God she's rescheduling, not just canceling. I'm so happy about that.
Yes.
So,
as always,
we will be doing something tonight.
Yes, absolutely. As always, trolls taste like chicken and love your fellow human, even if they're stupid. Unless it's the next door neighbor and they're drunk all the time. That's a whole other story. Okay. Okay, love you. Bye.
Bye.
Remember, everyone, we're all made up of the stuff of stars, and that makes us extraordinary creatures. So find your spark, ignite your passions, and make your dreams come true. I believe in each and every one of you. If you need us, we're here. Just DM away. Make sure you go to the Discord server. That's where you'll find out what's going on. Really, truly. Blake, do you have any words of wisdom for everyone out there?
If it makes you happy, it doesn't have to make sense to anybody else. So do what you want.
I love it. I love it. Bye, everyone. We'll see you tonight.
Bye.
It is by will alone that I set my mind in motion. It is by the juice of Java that thoughts acquire speed, the lips acquire stain, the stains become a warning. It is by will alone I set my mind in motion.
Oh Lord, give me coffee to accept the things I cannot change. The extra espresso shot to change the things I can. And one more cup so I can tell the difference. Grande.
Hail, coffee full of cream, caffeine is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst the beverages, and blessed is the result of thy consumption, wakefulness. Holy coffee, color of mud, be there for us workers, now at the hour of our commute, so must it brew.
Caffeine is my shepherd, I shall not doze. It maketh me to wake in green pastures. It leadeth me beyond the sleeping masses. It restoreth my buzz. It leadeth me into a path of consciousness for its name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of addiction, I fear no equal, for thou art with me. Thy cream and thy sugar, they comfort me. Thou preparest a carafe before me in the presence of Juan Valdez. Thou anointest my day with pep, my mug runneth over. Surely richness and taste shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of Duncan forever.
Good morning, Planet Flipside. How about you this morning? We saved you a seat. May your coffee cup runneth over, and may your day be magical.